done run out of gas. Was on the river, I bring no crack. Other than the mind, run out of gas. Running through the streets, just sweat no can. I was about to say I ain't going back. In the head in the right.
Woo! I love that verse. Yes.
In the head in the right. Kind of bread in the right. Got a lot of bills on me, say I. Shorty know we both got no time. Try to stay low, don't blow my spot.
That shit was dope.
Jiggy Lauren.
Yeah.
That song was
Jiggy.
Rory.
Jiggy,
Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
That song was called Rory.
Jiggy
You
Lauren.
could get that song off of his latest album called Red Room, and that's on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Jiggy. That song
Go
was
ahead,
fire.
Jiggy, do your thing,
and
bro.
we listened to some other songs on the project, and it's definitely fire. So go cop that.
Does anybody know what Red Room means or no?
I think that's the room where you develop.
Yeah, Blue Room playlist, then Red Room playlist.
Oh, so he's like, that's his thing? Like,
Yeah, I thought, Red Room is where you develop pictures, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a reference to that.
oh, cool.
Yeah, like actual, that's what you
I used to think that was so cool.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I like
his
it.
promo clip, he was in a Red Room. It was dope.
That's dope. That's what's up.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
it's
dope.
called The
Nigga
Dark
nice.
Room.
Nigga nice. Go ahead,
Episode
Jiggy.
12, baby. This is your host and your favorite multifaceted black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with Black Nasarima. Save our savings.
Save our savings.
Niggas love that shit
SOS
last time.
Brady, yeah, they did love that.
Save our savings. Hello.
We got some new Naga.
Some new Naga.
Yes, and then of course we got our beautiful couch niggas.
Our esteemed couch niggas.
Yes.
Couch niggas.
We got Dr. Duce drinking his Duce today.
In the flesh, you know I'm not sponsored yet, but yo, Jay hit me.
Yeah.
Hey,
We got Soon. And
Yo,
then,
everybody wants to be a couch nigga so
I
bad.
know. Everybody want to be a couch
Everybody
nigga until
wanna
it's
be
time to be a couch nigga.
Right?
And we
Everybody want to be a couch nigga till it's time to be a couch nigga.
Oh, you ready?
Shit, I was there like, what are you gonna say? Go ahead,
Yo, as y'all can see, they all got their little cups. He's been sipping a little too much.
Wow.
I mean, but what's too much really, right?
There's
Yeah,
no
what
such
is too
thing.
much? You're right. What is too much?
Right.
Too much is when you don't remember what happened.
That's too much.
That's
When you
a whole
black out.
Or when you black out like Brady 2 years ago.
Or when you wake up with a girl that is not the girl that you remember went to sleep with.
You ain't lying. Oh yeah, because you know he used it.
Just remember, fellas, after you drink and when you wake up in the morning, all the makeup comes off. That's when the beanies come out. All the makeups come off. The eyelashes pop up on your pillows. Like, don't.
Oh, that's
don't
when
do
you
that,
don't
bro.
see me. You don't even see
Don't
me
do
at that
that.
part. Like, once I wake up and I see the lashes drooping and shit, I'm out. Like, oh my god. But yeah, before we start, also Todifer in the back. Shout out to Todd.
Mr. Blood Moon.
Before we start off the show, guys, I just wanted us to have a moment of silence for everybody in the Bahamas, everybody being affected by Hurricane Dorian. Also, Kevin Hart, he just had a car accident. Thankfully, he's good, but it could have been fatal. It was really bad. And also Africa, a lot has been going on all throughout the continent, and just from the fires to just South Africa, all
Just
that.
pain in general.
Just a
We
lot
can
of
shout out
pain. And Brazil too, with the rainforest fires. Just a lot is going on in the world, man. So let's just give a moment of silence for everybody being affected, everybody going through anything, anybody who's family members that are going through it. Hopefully everybody is safe, and these things could stop happening altogether, man. Alrighty, episode 12 of Past the Aux, baby.
Crazy ass word.
How y'all
man.
doing?
What's up? Chilling.
How y'all
Great day.
feeling?
Trying to
Great day.
survive. Staying 6 feet up. You know what I'm saying?
Heard you.
Alive.
Facts.
Everybody's feeling good?
Everyone's feeling great.
Very
Sure,
good.
sure, I'm
So let's
blessed.
get into this conversation about Beyond Meat. So I've been seeing all
Pause.
over...
Pause. She was dumb, hype,
even
trendy,
meat
careful.
no
She was
more.
like, let's get into talking about Beyond
It's
Meat.
beyond me.
Oh, Brady, honestly, bro. Honestly,
saying.
I will give $5 to somebody who can tell me the amount of times this man says something sus on the podcast.
You know what's so
I need
crazy?
a number. I need
What,
a,
did I bring up Beyond Meat or did she?
But I'll bring something up and you're the first one that's just like, oh my God, she's talking about meat.
All right,
Y'all
so
go
back to
blasphemous, blasphemy, bro. God watching.
Yes,
Be
back to
careful.
Beyond Meat. So I don't know, like the last month or two, I just been seeing like fast food chains coming out with
Facts.
Beyond Burgers, like
Facts.
Burger King is one, KFC, Shake Shack, Yard House, like so many different restaurants are
Yeah.
having fake meat substitutes now. And I just wanted to know, especially from the people that don't eat meat in the group, how y'all feel about
Well,
that.
the people, let's call it, I don't eat meat, you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat, Soon don't eat meat. Yeah.
Lucid, Todd, and Brady. They
do.
transitioning soon. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, Todd's like, fuck that. I ain't transitioning nowhere.
A lot of gangers, state gangers,
Bitch, you want a
state
burger? Eat a burger.
You know what? I think the demographic kind of shouts out the tide of, you know, the market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't been in a room where more often than not, like.
There's
I see what you're saying.
The majority is not eating meat right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like that's.
But
how
isn't that's like a new thing, right? Health,
Yeah,
the
niggas
health
getting hit.
with like the health thing is like trendy now. Like,
I mean, it's not a
thing.
bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. Like, I do agree that health consciousness is a lot more evident now. And in a lot of friend groups now, there's always at least one or two people that are advocates, or at least their lifestyle just shows. And it's just like, now anytime you talk to somebody, like, you're gonna get information about something. Like, you're gonna meet a fitness guru, you're gonna meet a nutritional guru, you're gonna meet a healer, anything like that, which is awesome.
Back to the KFC and the Taco Bell thing, though. I don't know how comfortable I feel personally about eating a Beyond.
How do you feel about that? Because you don't even eat fast food.
Yeah, I haven't eaten fast food in mad long, but yeah, I still don't trust it.
Can I tell you?
I just still don't trust it. Todd, you said it perfectly. Like, they're still dipping it into the fucking.
And you don't know that. You don't know that.
I know
not
somebody
cleaning the
posted
grill.
yesterday. They went to Shake Shack, got one of those Beyond Burgers, whatever, and they fried it. Dead ass dropped it in the same oil as the regular burger.
So that makes no sense.
Can I tell you, this is
the whole
this
purpose.
is the problem with vegans and non-meat eaters, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Is because when major corporations want to pick up a healthy trend, instead of for you to go buy,
But it's not for healthy
I'm not
reasons.
finished. I thought I was finished. Instead of for you to go buy a vegan burger and go support that shit, y'all want to be like, oh, they cooked it in the oil of the pig or in the whatever. Y'all can
Brady,
never
that's
be
still a
happy.
problem.
These people are killing less chickens. Y'all better go buy the shit out of Beyond Meat
killing less
burgers.
chickens. All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
Because they're taking the Beyond Meat burgers and they're bringing up whatever Beyond Meat burgers they're producing. They're using that
All right,
money
can
to
I-
not
can
kill
I say
chickens.
something?
Or
There's
kill
something
burgers
called-
or kill whatever less.
So America, there's something called capitalism, right? And capitalism is like a really
break it
big
down to me like I don't
thing
know what
in the
capitalism
US,
is.
right? So they don't give a fuck about your health. So for you to think like, and that's the problem I have, because the fact that I don't eat meat, I'm watching you consumers, the people that do eat meat, and I'm seeing how you respond to that. And that is your exact statement right there is why this is detrimental to all of us.
Why?
Because junk food is still junk food. Fast food is still fast food. It's 2019. Why are you eating fast food? So the fact
I'm
that
not
your
eating
main
fast food.
okay, but the fact that your main concern is, oh, like you guys should be happy. Now Burger King is selling a Beyond Burger and they're putting it in the same oil, so it's not the same health benefits. It's still bullshit. And the fact that people think you could be vegan and still be very unhealthy. We're
But
promoting health, not promoting alternatives
But
to
vegans
health.
aren't necessarily always promoting health. Like you said, you can be a vegan and not be healthy.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the
what I'm
problem with these fast food
And
chains
that's-
selling Beyond
But the
Meat.
thing about is that they're selling Beyond Meat is all the money and the resources they're putting into plant-based things. They're taking that out of the budget that they use to go kill these animals, to slaughter these
because
animals.
they
and bring
don't
it
want
in.
people to stop shopping with them. Fast food restaurants are taking a major
100%,
hit with
100%.
this new trend of health consciousness.
That's not what I'm
so
saying.
now they're just trying to implement things to keep their money flowing.
I agree.
It's a
I agree.
marketing tactic.
But I think it
Hold
helps.
on.
Kills less
Soon,
animals.
what you think?
I think it helps kills less animals.
I think like based off what you said, Brady, like their incentive is not to kill less chickens.
It's not, but that's what they're
And
doing.
I doubt
more
they're
money.
doing it.
Like it's to make more money, and that doesn't take away from it. So I guess like people who argue the unethical practices, it's like if McDonald's starts serving all vegetarian food, it doesn't take away the fact that they killed mad animals. Like,
Yeah.
Nah,
you
yeah,
know,
no,
like
100%.
they still did that, you know.
I feel
So either way, like you were saying, Alex, it's not even healthy. So like me personally, I don't care who's coming out with anything. I want to cook my food.
Exactly.
Like,
Going
straight
back to
up,
our
you know,
last
I want to
episode.
know what's in my food.
Now,
And
Phil,
like yeah.
Phil, let me ask you a question, because you eat meat, right? How do you feel about that? What's your perspective on that?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, for real, yo,
Number
do you
5
think,
still
bro,
up there, nigga.
I'm trying to cut back myself.
What the fuck
But-
are you saying, Phil?
No,
Nigga, there's 2 of us here, nigga. There's only 2 of us, nigga. There's only two of
You
us,
about to
nigga.
be the only one, nigga.
Nah.
Watch.
Understand? I had 2 eggplant parms, right? This past week.
This is fire.
That's
right?
my idea of trying to transition. Now,
Yeah.
did I have a bunch of chicken? Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm Haitian. We live off
Talk.
all of that.
Talk.
But I could see why people aren't with this whole restaurants with
The one thing I will
thing,
say
man.
though, if there's any health benefits to the Beyond Burgers that they're selling, I would rather someone who religiously eats fast food to transition to that. If there's any health benefits
But my whole thing is I'm not even thinking health benefits. Y'all talking about health benefits. I don't even think they were thinking
like,
health
though,
benefits.
Like what you were saying, like
It's just the
I agree
killing
with
of-
you in like a global
and like a
perspective,
global
but not
perspective.
the actual restaurant.
No, yeah,
like
and
they
that's
don't
what
get the credit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the world is killing less animals.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Well, they're
and I
killing
don't
less
even-
animals.
But
'cause they're the
guys,
only
do you
ones killing-
necessarily think that just because a restaurant's selling Beyond Meat that they're killing less? They still have
it's
meat.
still
I think
right
you know
next to
why.
Wing.
You know why?
It's still right
Because
next
to do
to
that
Wing.
plant-based and all that stuff, it takes money. So the money that they would have used if they never had a plant-based alternative, all that money that they put aside for that would have just went back into slaughtering
Can I ask
animals.
y'all a question?
That's my perspective on it.
Can I
Is
ask you a
that they
question?
take out a piece and that piece is used for whatever.
Okay.
You know how we had Super Size Me, right, with that dude?
Yeah, he doing
You
a super
think
size too.
That shit made me want McDonald's. No lie.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, but they. But
That shit made me want to
it's, no, but
I saw it. I saw
What
it.
you saying? What you saying,
completely
bro?
left.
yeah, but I'm gonna comment on that too.
The way we had Super Size Me, we seen the effects of that. Do you think there should be a? That sounded mad sus. What's it called? Like put somebody on a straight vegan diet for 30 days. See what that does to them.
Oh, we
As
already
sort
see
of a
we already see
counterpoint
the
to
effects.
Super
You can go
Size.
on YouTube
You know
and
what
see
I
the
mean?
effects of
That's
that
like
already.
a good point. I think like above all, and someone was actually like hitting up the Past Dogs comments about this or at the inbox when that was posted on the story. Like, what it's doing is like making this whole conversation open of like what veganism is, like what we actually do. You know what I'm saying? People don't really get that beer and French fries are vegan, but they're also trash vegan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like,
But they have vegan beer
like
though.
not all vegans are the same.
exactly.
Like, not at all.
And we don't all support the same things. I was having this conversation with Trey. Like, I know a lot of vegans don't eat meat specifically because, or don't eat anything that comes from an animal because of the fact that, you know, they're all about animals and all that. And not to say I don't care about the animals. I do care about animals, but that's not why I'm trying to transition into a vegan lifestyle at all. I stopped because my dad has high cholesterol, diabetes, and high blood pressure. And I just don't want to be
Damn.
prone.
You
And for
got
the
the
black
trifecta.
community, I really do it for the black community. I feel like the black community, the number one thing we need to do is really get health conscious, because a lot of the things that are killing us, a lot of the diseases that are killing our fathers, our mothers very young, are diseases that come from the fact that you go to the hood and there's a McDonald's down every single block.
But this is also what I want to, on the flip side, to convey is just because you eat meat does not mean you are unhealthy.
That is true.
There are plenty of people who eat meat that are healthy. It's a balanced diet. You need a balanced diet. It's
But
whatever the case is.
healthy is a very
And-
hard word, because to be honest, if you eat meat, you cannot be 100% healthy.
I disagree. I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I agree. I
disagree.
think. I
Of
mean, I
course
say
you
I
agree.
agree.
You said
but
it,
I don't
nigga.
think-
So I agree.
Because if you're
You
eating,
said that
because
shit.
if there are studies that that a meat is not trying to say that meat, like, just, I don't know. I just feel like healthy is a hard word.
listen,
I think healthy is a very
I'm still
subjective
getting a
word.
number
Like,
7, nigga. We
Alright.
still getting a number 7. You heard?
You
Yo,
got it,
McDonald's,
bro.
give me that number. Nah, I don't eat McDonald's anyways. But
Let's
I'm talking
pass
about
those.
like steak, nigga. Steak is lit. Anyway, pass it on. You're right.
Pass those.
But yeah,
Pass
so
on.
we finally got some news about some new albums dropping this fourth quarter. We got Rihanna in December. We got the Migos, The Weeknd, Drake,
talking-
and Kanye West in November.
Wait.
Dropping
So-
albums.
So who's dropping out? So we're albums. Who's dropping albums this fourth quarter?
Drake, The Migos, The Weeknd, and Kanye is supposed to come out in November, and then Rihanna in December.
I don't care about Rihanna's album.
Yo, Rihanna
Who cares
is the
about
truth.
Rihanna's
She gonna
album?
Her
She's
Navy
the
Squad,
shit.
all of
Bro,
us.
music has been elite without her, bro. She's okay. Do your makeup,
Rihanna
do whatever.
put
It's
niggas
cool.
on. Like,
Love Without Tragedy is one of her. The one thing I will say, because me and Gladys were having this conversation yesterday, I don't think Rihanna is for men, really. I feel like she's really for the
love
females.
Rihanna.
But men
I bet
do
you.
love
I bet
her.
you do soon.
But I just don't. But soon, I just haven't seen a lot of men in my day put her on the aux. Like when I pass a nigga the aux, I rarely ever
That's
see
because
somebody
if
playing Rihanna.
you put on Rihanna, it's a song from 10 years ago. That's why. That's why.
But it still slaps.
That's
it still
why.
slaps. Bitch better have your money. Yo, that
Bitch
song.
better have my money. Okay,
Straight
we
love
off
that
that.
song.
Like, what else? Like,
All the
girls,
hip
all
hop
these
is-
girls is like, and that's the thing is like, Rihanna, I don't want to take away from her hustle because what she's doing outside of music is astronomical. What she's doing is she's changing the game. Her makeup, her cosmetics, or her giving back, everything she does is amazing. But as far as music, these girls are lapping you. And I don't want a girl who didn't put that time into the music for coming and to put all the girls who've been hustling all summer, all winter, all whatever, the Megan Thee Stallions
they're
and act
new.
like
Nah, yeah, 'cause
they're not
she's-
new,
she's one of the
but
elites.
she's not here. Like, she's
yeah.
not.
But
Yo, she's one
nobody's
of the upper
lapping Rihanna.
echelons. Like,
Nobody's
she's
lapping
one of the
Rihanna.
elite people in
Who's lapping
music. She
Rihanna?
I
can
don't
do
know.
that.
I'm
And
off
this
it.
is a different time because if
She
you
already
really,
won.
you could compare
Like,
Rihanna
she
to
already
Jay
won
Z.
that
Like
one.
she's kind of, she moves like
Sorry, you
Jay
can
Z.
what?
Rihanna moves
Sorry,
like
huh?
Jay Z. She does a lot of shit outside of the music.
So what?
So Jay Z doesn't give us that. I mean, yes, he'll give us.
gave us mad music. His discography.
Rihanna gave us mad music too.
But you're comparing it to Jay Z, who's giving us albums and
that's
albums
not
and
what I'm saying. The only thing I'm comparing is how they move. Business. She comes from Rock Nation. There's way more than just the music for Rihanna. She's an
I agree.
icon when it comes to
I agree.
fashion. She's doing so much.
Agreed.
She doesn't have to put out that much
what-
music. Kind of like Jay. He doesn't have to put out that
He
much
doesn't,
music.
but that's because he's put out that music already. Like, you act like Rihanna has this huge discography. Like, it's whatever. It's there.
But it was
stop
huge.
acting like
hits though.
She's
she
done-
has
it was
mad hits.
huge.
She has
Number
mad
one
hits, but stop
mad
acting like
times,
she's
like-
with there with Jay.
Rihanna got the
No.
she got the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. She's chilling.
I don't give a fuck what she got. You got to do the whole shit. What are you, dumb? Are you dumb?
Wait. So what?
Are you dumb?
What would make her more
Relevant to you.
To have a song in the past 10 years.
She has.
She has.
In the
Bitch,
past, all right, not 10 years. I'm being dramatic,
It's
but
just
like,
2 years.
was a lot. No, it's not.
when we
Anti came out in 2017.
fire album?
And that
every
whole tape
song.
was
Fire.
heat.
Anti
Every
was
song.
fire.
All the
Love
Anti
Without
was heat.
Tragedy came out in what 2006, and she was giving us consistent music before she took this
Love on the
hiatus.
Brain was still
whatever.
everyone's.
So
running.
everybody else, are you guys? I know
She's
you
great,
excited
though.
for Kanye.
She's lit.
You were
Yo,
saying
me
you
too.
feel like his.
Me too.
What were you saying earlier? You feel like
I
he's
feel
bringing
like
back his old.
He's trying to go back into, Mr. Chicago style, based
He
off that
better.
Pusha T record with Lauryn Hill, which I didn't really think was that good.
That song was
but
so generic.
The sound was cool though.
It was so generic. If I could think of any song that a song that Pusha T and Lauren would sound like, it was that.
I never thought
didn't hear
Pusha
it.
would get on
Into
the track
a-
with Lauryn and my.
Yeah,
Me
word.
neither. Me neither. I never
Pusha
thought I'd
T
see
is
that
whack.
collab. That was cool.
Yo, Pusha T look like the uncle that comes to the barbecues and pulls up just to take a plate and go
Yeah.
home. Like, he
I
don't stay to
disagree.
talk to nobody.
I
He
disagree.
don't stay to chat. He just look like, yo, I got my plate. Yo, it's good, bro. I got my plate. All right, y'all. Yo, have a good one, nigga.
You guys excited to
goes-
be eating your turkey with Drake?
Turkey with Drake. Why am I eating turkey with Drake?
His album's coming out in November.
It's called Turkey?
No,
Nah, Drake can make that work.
that shit must be dope
Turkey.
too.
What? I
Are
don't
you
know.
excited for Drake's album?
I hope it's better than his last one.
What was his last album? Scorpion was fire.
was
fire.
Too many songs. I always say, like, if you drop 35 songs, right? Like Chris Brown's album, it's trash. But let me tell you why. He might have 8 to 10 songs that I think is great. But if you get a 10 out of 35
Back
in
to
school,
Love is
what do you
one of my
get?
favorite
Yeah,
Chris
word.
What do you
Brown
get?
songs.
If you get a 10 out of 35
Back
in
to
school,
Love-
what grade did you get?
Back to Love is one
a
of my
15 out of 35. You
favorite
got a
I low-key
50%.
agree. I low-key
You got a
agree.
50%.
I don't
But
care
Drake
because
had
Back
way
to
more
Love is
hits
one of
on
my
that- on
favorite
Scorpion than
records on
Ten.
He
that
can
project.
stop singing to me.
He got the
He's a
Check
great
Me
rapper.
record with Justin
Great
Bieber.
rapper. He
He
can
has
mess me with singing.
the fall.
I love that song.
the-
Don't Check on Me.
Yeah, he got hits on there. He got some
Yeah,
shit on there. He got the
I'm
joint
not
with
saying he
Didn't
jealous.
the
It's
Migos just drop something with Quality Control?
yeah, Quality Control.
Quality
That was
Control. That
late.
album was
Yeah.
fire.
It was all of them, right?
It was all
All
of
of
them.
QC.
And some features.
Their album.
So how do you guys? I just feel like the Migos just dropped. I like when they give us a collective album. I like when they give us all of them on it. But I just feel like I just get too much music from the Migos. Like,
I disagree.
and it all sounds the same, to be honest.
I thought that shit
I
was
think
fire.
they
That
they
shit
got a
was
niche,
fire.
but I think they still make it work.
I think any young nigga trapping, that shit don't get old. That shit don't get old. Like it's like same thing with Meek Mill. You can say the same thing about Meek Mill. That shit don't get old. For any nigga who's on their grind and hustling, you can always listen to Meek Mill regardless of what he's talking about. Like it's about being in that mind frame to be like, okay, this is what I'm going through. This is what I relate to. Kind of doesn't get old.
Yeah, I love the Migos regardless. I'm excited.
Like some niggas are not even from here. My
Yeah.
cousin came here 2-3 years ago. This dude listens to Clout every
Peace.
day. He's not tired of it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do anything for Clout. That's his shit.
Now, when I go to the
anything
gym,
for
I'm
clout.
listening to
Do
Migos
anything
every
for
single
clout,
day.
yo.
Like they're on my playlist like no other.
Anybody that makes you want to like do bad things. Anybody that makes you want to load the weapon or disrespect
I
your girl.
load the smithing. Then I get low and start the dipping.
Jersey! Jersey!
Don DeMarco.
Jersey.
Bang, bang, bang.
So yesterday was December 7th. I cannot believe that it's been a year since Mac Miller's death. Like this past year flew by because I really felt like Mac died like a couple months ago, which is crazy to me. But I thought it brought up the whole conversation with like the opioid epidemic and just how, you know, his drug dealer, I was reading that the dealer, his alleged dealer, has been charged in raps to like I don't even know how to his death. Yeah. But I thought that was crazy to think about that. So how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like drug dealers should be held accountable for someone's death if they overdose?
If you get stopped on the road or you get pulled over for a bag of weed, I know it's a little more lenient now, but if you get pulled over for weed, if you get stopped, if you get arrested, but you out here selling, you got other people out here selling drugs to celebrities, and that's kind of an in for drug dealers now. If you sell to a celebrity, there's really no backlash for you, but up until somebody dies and then they're like, oh, we got to
so funny. Wiz actually sells a lot of like weed to like celebrities.
But that's weed though. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about drugs,
like the heavy drugs,
celebrities.
But like, okay, so like at the end of the day, he's not responsible for Mac's death, even though it's his fault. If I should say it's his fault, but he's not responsible. I don't understand if that makes any sense. But like, no, he knows what he's doing. You know what you're doing is illegal, and you know what you're doing is you're literally spreading poison out to the community. But at the end of the day, Mac Miller is an established, individual thinking young man. If he wants to go get that, that's his choice. That's his prerogative. He probably wasn't like, oh, yo, Mac. Like, he's probably, yo, Mac, I got this, I got the stuff, But only Mac is the only one that picks himself up out of his chair, go link with this nigga, go do whatever, and go whatever. And mixing it with other stuff. Because he was mixing it with other stuff. Like, at the end of the day, you got to have some self-accountability, too. And it's sad because it's like, if there was a way, like, there was like maybe a hotline for celebrities to like reach out before things like this even happen. Like if there was like a
he's been doing it through his music.
He's been doing it through his music, like screaming for help. But I mean, like if someone to take the initiative
to like speak to
because
him.
being a celebrity probably isn't easy. Like
it's
you know
not.
what I mean?
Like,
It's not probably. But, it's not. Yeah.
I disagree. I think it's I think the drug dealer is responsible for that. I think so.
But why?
Because you're selling it to him. At the end of the day, you're selling it for money. And at the end of the day, like, you know what you're doing. And especially if somebody's coming to you, say like a Mac Miller, you probably got some type of relationship with him. And you probably know how he is.
Going on.
I have a question.
What's up?
So if I'm selling you, I'm like, yo, Trey, I got some heroin, right? Yo, come hit this.
Trey not smoking no
Trey's
heroin.
not smoking it. But if you smoke it and you die, whose fault is it?
But what if
that? Just answer my question.
It's my fault. But I'm saying but that's
smoke.
You can't see, that's how I don't even fuck with that shit. Like you gotta plug it in, right? You gotta plug it in.
What are you doing?
All those Neo shits, you plug it in, bro.
But going back to your point,
plug it in.
But what if I'm addicted to that? And what if you sell me that product knowing that I'm addicted to that?
But that's your fault. At the end of the day, hold some accountability on yourself.
No,
you're addicted to that. You're your own individual human being.
But if you're selling it to that person knowing how much he's addicted to it while profiting off of that, you got to take some accountability.
You have to take some accountability, of course.
What about cigarettes? Because cigarettes kill you in the long term,
to kill.
But it's the same thing. They know.
But there's
pharmaceutical companies, fast food restaurants,
the
food chains.
The thing that's different with cigarettes and heroin is most likely you're not going to get heroin from the corner store. Most likely, right? Like that's.
But I mean,
but we're talking about like getting, like holding someone responsible. So then it's like if you die of lung cancer and you're a cigarette smoker, Newports are responsible.
Responsible? No.
Like
you went to the store every day and copped your pack, bro.
I hear what y'all saying, but y'all gotta understand that.
You just saying it because you talking about a drug dealer, like he's just a drug dealer. But like, what if you were to go into like CVS and get some over-the-counter shit that does something to you?
That's true.
Like it's your fault. You chose.
I'm gonna compare this to my favorite TV show out right now, Snowfall. Right? Franklin on the show, he's the main character. He's a huge drug dealer in his neighborhood, and he practically brought crack into South Central, right? And they're just showing, like, the whole TV show is basically just following his journey of how he brought crack into his neighborhood and how it's affecting so many people close to him now. And now it's kind of like fucking with him because he's starting to see the effects of what he did. Yes, it's for money, but even with crack, like, yo, the drug dealers back then, you should hold them accountable. Like, they were selling to their sisters, to their cousins, to their mothers,
100%.
like, all that stuff. And, like, I feel like at that point, you have to have some type of, if you're not going to have a duty to yourself, have a duty to your community. Have a duty to your neighborhood. Have a duty to, and that's why I agree with you kind of, because, I mean, I agree with both of you kind of, because I feel like Mac Miller's drug dealer, he has to have some type of level of knowing what's going on. Alex, so a duty to yourself. This is a celebrity. This is someone who is rapping to the kids and trying to help kids. We have to have a sense of protecting people that are important to the community, and he should have felt like
that's true.
To go off of what you're saying, and then I'm gonna let you get your point off, right? But it's a product at the end of the day. You're selling something that is a product. If I'm selling, I used to work for this company called Fresh Shoe Cleaner. I'm selling Refresh Shoe Cleaner, right? If it fucks up your shoe, you're coming back to me.
Exactly.
You're not coming back to the nigga who's getting it out of the factory. If I'm selling it,
different.
That's different though, Trey. Because drugs, they're not coming back to blame you. They're coming back to get more.
It's like saying I'm going to buy drugs so that I can be healthy. No, nigga, you're going to buy drugs to fuck you up.
What you were saying, Alex, is like, it's more of a problem that you guys are saying, like, oh, hold him accountable because it was a celebrity. If it was some random
and I was gonna say that. Facts. I was gonna ask that, and I don't want to say this to like kind of like damper the fact that because Mac Miller, like, yo, I like that, like, not to offend him or any of his family because he was truly loved. But what I'm saying is, like, do we think that this is just because he's a white celebrity that they're trying to charge? They're trying to charge the drug dealer because are we gonna go back to crack epidemics?
Can I tell you if the
nobody
Migos,
was holding nobody accountable? They're throwing them in jail.
Yo, if the Migos got some bad stuff from somebody and like they OD'd on some stuff, last thing niggas is going is to the drug dealer, and that's a fact. Last thing is niggas gonna find this nigga and be like, yo, you sold drugs to the Migos and they killed him. They're gonna be like, no, the Migos lived a wild life where they were partying and doing drugs, and all those drugs caught up with them in the end. And that'll be the narrative. That's
how the narrative
and
will be spun.
on the flip side of that too, real quick, is that at the end of the day, you know, of course, there's some level of accountability. I'm not saying this dude should just be scot-free, or I'm not saying this dude should just be whatever, like he had nothing to do with it. He had everything to do with it, especially because you're in with the celebrity. Y'all got to be close for him to trust you to do things like that. But at the end of the day, I know for myself the decisions I make and what they do to me. I've seen heroin before. I've seen these things before. Granted, I haven't had the same pressures as a celebrity or as a Mac Miller, so I can't speak for someone who's mental illness in a different shoes. But I could have easily said, yeah, I'll hit that. Oh yeah, I'll do that. And from the people I trust the most, my closest people at the time. And I make that decision as an adult, as a self-thinking human being. So at the end of the day, of course the drug dealer has some accountability, but it's not his fault. At the end of the day, Mac Miller, he's also famous. He could have got it from anybody. That's not, I guarantee.
That's true. If he's not getting it from him, he's getting it from someone else.
Exactly. If he'd have been like, oh, nah, I'm not selling it, he'd have went to someone else.
How do you feel about it, Black?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Before we move on, Black, what you think?
If it wasn't this dude, it was gonna be somebody else.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think like Mac Miller died, like someone had to take responsibility, so they made an example out of the drug dealer. Now we're gonna have a conversation about addiction. You know what I'm saying? And disconnection and whatever the fuck. So
when it all comes down to one thing, he had mental illness, man. He was rich. It came down to a lot of different things, but I don't think somebody's life should be taken away because of the fact that they were selling something that's going to be on his conscience for the rest of his life anyway, you know? So I just...
You making bread off of it, though. You got to know.
The point is that if you're going to hold him accountable for Mac Miller's death, then you have to hold like 50% of the United States accountable.
That's true.
100%.
You know they ain't doing that.
Because you know who we can go after if we're doing that? Pharmaceutical companies,
you know
fast food chains. We can go over so many.
Just straight drug dealers though, like.
Oh yeah.
Some nigga that you know on your block, like if you selling.
Even niggas selling bud. Niggas selling bud, you hold them accountable.
It's not. Selling other shit too. But I'm saying, like, if you're gonna hold him accountable, then the nigga around the corner has to be held accountable. Like literally
everybody.
everybody's in jail, bro.
So I want to tie
anyway,
this
pass
into
off,
have you guys seen Dave Chappelle's special? His comedy
Yeah.
special,
Sticks
Sticks and
and
Stones.
Stones.
That shit
Hilarious.
was, yo, Dave Chappelle.
Disrespectful,
Like honestly,
but
he's a
hilarious.
legend.
He's
So
so
he can
smart.
do this by now.
So
but
smart.
even me, I'm watching it and I love shit like that. Like I love how real he was, everything he was saying. But even me, like I'm there like,
Smollett.
damn, this nigga could say that. Like this nigga could say that.
Y'all know that nigga Juicy Smollett?
Juicy Smollett.
That first nigga.
I'm sitting there like looking at Trey like, damn, this nigga could say that.
Anybody?
Dave Chappelle, I think Dave Chappelle like mastered comedy.
Yeah,
like,
you can see it.
He could say whatever he wants.
see
And
it.
he's just like he just does it so easy.
Mm-hmm.
He even got like 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is like impossible.
Impossible.
Like that's
Yo,
crazy.
and I
He
think
got a
anybody who was
0%?
zero, like they
yeah,
fuck
like
with it.
nobody
If I had
disliked it.
anybody, if anybody like who was breathing was watching that, you were offended. Any human being that was watching it, there was a point it was your turn to be offended. Whatever it came around to, and that's what I liked
It's
it.
like he included everybody too.
Yeah.
Like, he did it smart, but at the end of the day, that's real comedy. Like
Mhm.
just to say, oh, you
Talk
can't
about the
say
stuff.
This, you can't say that. Like,
It's like, yes, I can.
you talk
And I
about,
think-
like, what's comedy gonna be then? That like in 2 years, niggas gonna be talking about Android phones and like that's your joke.
Facts.
And I think this day and age, especially with cancel culture and everybody being so fucking sensitive, we need people like Dave Chappelle who don't give a fuck, because a lot of the shit he was saying, I was like,
kinda
yo,
true.
if I could say this shit on the podcast, like without
Alright,
getting,
chill, Alex, chill,
with-
Alex.
but that's the
She
thing.
don't mean that.
But that's the thing.
um,
I can't say
Can I
those
tell
things. I
everything?
can't say
Everything
those
she
things.
says did not represent the opinion of the Pass the Aux team. After this, we will have a rollout read that will give you the terms and conditions and let us know.
that's what I mean,
Her opinions do not
exactly.
represent the opinions of the Pass the Aux team.
Like
Thank
if
you very
I
much.
said half the things Dave Chappelle said, I could ruin my career before it even started. You know what I mean? So the fact that Dave Chappelle is at a level, he's so important to the black community, bro. And that special really just made me so happy, because I was like, finally, someone's saying
and the
everything we're thinking.
And the thing that he said
Everything.
that was real, he was talking about guns in America, and if we want it to really, like, for them to really put a limit on how people have guns, every black person in America, every able-bodied, willing black person in America register to have a gun, and they'll change the law.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
It's like,
It's a joke, but it's facts. He said, y'all want the gun laws to change? Bet. Everybody go get a gun.
If you haven't
Every nigga
seen,
go get a
if you
gun.
haven't seen Sticks and Stones, go check it out. It's a fire.
Hilarious.
Definitely.
Sticks
And
and
he
Stones.
even touched upon the opioid epidemic, which was hilarious. But I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all. I'm gonna let y'all
go
go
check it
and
out.
watch
That is
that.
dope.
So I was watching I was watching an interview the other day with Joe Budden and YBN Cordae, and I love him.
I love this little nigga, bro.
Yo, I
love this little
love
nigga.
YBN. Yo, you know why I love him? Because I feel like, other than you guys, I feel like people our age, like the 20-somethings, there hasn't been a real good representation of that, of like the knowledge we talk about, the things we talk about, the things we know we're very privy to. I feel like there hasn't been a good representation of that in rap. He's the first person. He's 21 years old, and he's having conversations that I'm like, yo, these are conversations I have with my niggas. Like, these are conversations I'd have with Pass the Aux. Like, so I really love seeing that, because you could tell he's someone who's really soaked in what everybody's been talking about, how to move in this game, and he's really been applying
I think
it.
he's a good representation of duality. Like, where it's like, okay, I can do this, but I can do this too. Like, he has songs where it's like, okay, this is for the niggas, like, I know I'm 21, I know I'm young, and I want to have fun. But I also have something where it's like, I'm not just that. And that's what I think is like, he's not just a label. Like, you listen to his album, it's a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, he got a song that makes you want to do bad shit with your niggas, and he got another song that makes you think about your life and be a little bit more introspective. And I feel like that duality is important, because a lot of old niggas don't appreciate the duality in little niggas. Like, just because this is what they're producing doesn't mean that they don't have conversations.
We're trying to have
don't
fun.
think about
Multifaceted,
like,
bro.
things
Like
that,
people
you know
are
what I'm
not just one way. You could
Contradiction is
yeah,
beautiful.
like you could turn up and still think consciously and still read a book. Like, I don't know why
facts.
people think that that's so like.
And he could rap.
And he's a
End of the
really
day,
good rapper.
He could rap.
Phil, you listen
And
to
he's
it?
young.
I didn't hear the album in its entirety, but I like what he's doing. I'm glad he's not taking the same route as most rappers. He's not anything like the other YBN.
Yeah.
Young boss
Associates.
nigga, young boss niggas.
They're
I like
here
that
too.
too.
Like
They
like
are.
Namir is on every feature. This dude is touring his ass off. At the end of the day, look, these niggas is talking crazy. Like, everybody talk crazy. Like Nicki talks crazy. If you want to give it a stack, like y'all talking about, I wouldn't let my son listen to YBN Namir. I wouldn't let my daughter listen to Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my daughter listen to half of the girls out here.
I wouldn't let my son listen to half of the niggas out here to keep it a stack, because it goes both ways.
Yeah,
like,
that's a fact.
It goes both ways. But at the end of the day, it's like, again, that duality. It's the fact that I can do this and I can do this too, and it's not just one thing. And he could rap, and he's 21. He's only getting better.
Yeah.
Like. His
I like
feature
his story.
selection dope.
He met the whole group, like YBN literally, and it's so millennium. Like they literally met on Xbox Live. Like linked up. They were from different cities, like linked up when they were in college. Like it's such a story, like a relatable story. All of us, like you niggas, I never played Xbox, but actually I did Call of Duty and Grand Theft.
Grand Theft thought it was
Grand Theft was my shit.
Grand Theft thought it was illegal.
But yeah, I think he's a great story, and I think he's really smart. And I think a lot of you young rappers who aspire to be in the mainstream, you should definitely look up to him, and you should definitely move the way he's moving, because
or just do you,
but like
funky.
But follow the blueprint. You know what I mean? Do it the right way.
Just keep it funky.
Be organic. Be yourself. Be organic.
Even if you make it music that's
whatever.
Have
just
to
be yourself.
Conscious per se, but as long as you're keeping it true to yourself,
we're
can't
all
lose,
conscious.
You know
like we're all conscious. So
I said I got a fucking strap.
Wow.
And it go blow. Lay a nigga back. I said 2 + 2 = 4, but what's 4 on a Sunday? I said,
what's 4 on a Sunday?
Yo, y'all not listening to the bars. Y'all not listening to the bars.
Yo, it's over their head. Keep going.
It's over their head. It's over their head.
Yo, so you guys brought up Nicki, so this is a perfect time to bring her in. Yo, she's telling us she's retiring, guys. How y'all feel about Nicki Minaj retiring?
Retiring, bro. She had a moment of crisis on social media, like everyone does.
I think Nicki is retiring, and you know what I think she's doing?
Think so.
No, I think Nicki is retiring, and I think what she's gonna do is transition into media, and she's really gonna pop with that Queen Radio. She's really gonna push that Queen Radio and really try to be in the media world. Yeah, I think that's what she's gonna do. I really think that's what Nicki's gonna do. Like, I really think she is retired.
And
I don't want her to be done.
Fire tracks from some other female rappers come out, then she'll
probably drop something. Yeah, but she's gonna, and then with everything she says in interviews, she'll just be like, "Oh, but I don't even do that anymore. I'm a media girl." Don't you see Queen Radio?
Can you really retire as an artist though?
Of course you can. Hell yeah, of course.
I mean, Andre
but
fully
I think
retired.
most of them are capping. Like,
I think
retire. Break. Like,
Andre retired. He'll give you a verse if he's in the mood. Oh yeah, Joe Budden retired.
Joe Budden? Yo, I don't give a shit about Joe Budden's music. To keep it a stack, I never gave a shit about that nigga's music.
That was nice.
Yo, name one Joe Budden track.
The Pray record.
Damn, that was a lot.
Now that you say that, it's funny that Brady says that, because even Nicki was on his podcast and he said like, "What's your top 5?" And she was like, "I wouldn't put you in my top 5, but I would put you in my top 5 of like lyricists." I've never heard niggas say things like this before Joe Budden became huge in media. I never used to hear niggas putting Joe.
Never heard niggas talking about Joe crazy like that.
And then now all of a sudden he's big in media world and everybody is like, "Oh yeah, you top. Yeah, you're bars."
A lot of niggas still shit on him though.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Pump it up, Joe. A lot of niggas doing that. Yeah.
Pump it up.
I feel like I could out-rap him.
No, you can't.
You're a fucking psycho.
You're supposed to feel like that.
You don't think Brady can out-rap Joe Budden?
I think I can out-rap Joe Budden.
What the fuck?
I think he's just angry. Yo, Brady, he's too angry right now about not rapping for you to out-rap him.
Bro, this dude...
Phil,
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? He's too angry about not rapping.
No, get the fuck out of here. I don't care about none of that shit.
What are you talking about?
None of that
I
shit.
like Joe Budden to come in these comments talking
Brady's
sweet too. I would kill this dude.
He's hungry. Like,
I would kill Joe Budden.
Don't knock a nigga that's hungry, bro.
I would kill Joe Budden.
Don't knock a nigga that's hungry, bro.
To be honest, I'm
Joe
really
Budden got a big ass house. He chilling. Don't knock a nigga that's hungry, bro. Come on, man. Fuck out of here, bro.
I'm honestly over old people.
Hey, yo, Brady.
I'm over all the old people in hip hop.
Hey yo, this nigga named Brady, but we never heard of you, nigga. I'll be like, never heard of you, but you gonna hear about me now, nigga. I'm killing you, bro.
This is a big rich stuff. Yo, do
Yo,
any of you guys watch Power?
Nah.
Yo, so I don't know if you guys see this. You probably saw it on social media.
We're so not the norm. Mad people watch Power.
I watch Power.
And you know, surprisingly, mad white people watch Power. Surprisingly.
Mad white people do a lot of shit that black people do.
White people like
white
50
people do
Cent.
most things that black people
like
do.
50 Cent.
White people love black culture, but they don't want to be black.
Everybody
They
wants to
like black culture, but they hate black people.
Real quick,
Let's get to
yo,
it.
speaking of black culture, what show's funnier, Fresh Prince or Martin?
Yo, why you gonna steal my question? I
had
wanted to ask that.
I wanted to know right now. What sitcom was funnier, Martin or Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince was better. Fresh Prince was
Fresh
better
Prince.
overall. Fresh Prince taught you life lessons.
I give him a tie because I got different things from each one. Like from Fresh Prince, it showed me like black people with money and how they could be and they could still be regular. Like you don't gotta be extra. I feel like anytime now that they depict black people with money, they gotta be bougie, they gotta be extra, they gotta be all this. And it started off like that, but you know it showed like Will coming in and like softening up. Everybody got a little more real. But on Martin, I felt like it was more relatable. Martin in a sense of
black people,
in a sense of like how my aunties and my uncles act, how I could see something from like
Pam
and be like,
and
oh,
Martin
like bro
fighting.
man on the 5th floor,
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
like you can relate to that. Like you know what I mean? Not everybody grew up in a mansion. Like you know what I'm saying? Not everybody had to deal with that, and that's why I feel like they both brought different elements to the table, and that's why Bad Boy comes together the way it does.
But don't
'Cause y'all
take the
forget
pussy
that's Martin
route. What
Lawrence
show is
And-
better
and,
to you?
Fresh
Fresh Prince or Martin?
Fresh Prince.
We're gonna go down the line. Fresh Prince or Martin? Don't even give your why.
Let me go last.
All right, Fresh Prince or Martin?
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Martin.
Why?
It's funny.
I just
Raunchy.
it was more entertaining to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
That episode of Uncle Phil with Will Smith is that one episode is better than
With the
any
dad, with
episode
the
of
dad.
Martin, bro.
What do you gotta watch Martin then? You
I
don't
did,
watch
I
Martin?
did.
You don't watch Martin?
Nah, but I feel what Brady's saying. Martin, I liked Fresh Prince I thought was overall better with life lessons, everything. Like I thought that was a great show. Will Smith bodied it. I love Fresh Prince. That's probably
Yeah, Will
my
Smith
favorite.
bodied
Yo,
That's
that.
like I
Body
still
that.
watch that shit.
Till
Like
this
I'm
day,
smoking
till
this
weed,
day,
like
bro.
put that shit on. I'm laughing and I know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Exactly. Like Jazz, like I thought, like Jazz was one of my favorite characters. Every time, and I love Jazz. I'm like, why y'all throwing out the cool black nigga? Like he mad cool.
I feel like Martin touched the culture more though. I don't know. I feel like Martin touched the culture more.
That's why I feel
Nah.
like it's just different.
What
feel
about
like
Family
he touched
Matters?
the-
Yo, Family Matters was my show.
You mean the Steve Urkel show?
Yeah, this
Sister was my shit. Yo, there was a time.
Sister was elite.
Sister was my shit.
Smart guy.
Family Matters was my shit.
He's smart guy. Smart guy.
Honestly, we don't even give it up to that family as much as we should.
What?
The
They were
Maury's are
No, they're
great
elite. They're
people,
elite. They're
bro.
elite.
They were the
Tia,
Maury's-
Tamara, and the dude.
Tia Maury, Maury's. You're right. The
Maury.
Maury's, the brother and the
My
twin
God.
sisters.
The twins, they're
Bro,
like-
they're the most unproblematic, just poised edge. I just love them. They're just you could tell they came from a really good family. So shout out to the Maury's.
Yeah, and I give everything I own to Tia.
They're the
Everything I
twins,
own.
nigga. What the fuck?
Everything I owned.
To
Tia,
only
you can have
Tia?
it.
So Tamara walked in this room right now. You gonna tell
Yeah,
me?
the fuck they twins.
I'm gonna be like, where's Tia? I can tell the difference in twins.
Yeah, fuck. Oh well, yeah. You
They
can,
may be
but
twins, but I tell the difference. What Drake say? Something like
They're
that.
twins, but I tell they ass apart.
They twins, but I tell they ass apart.
Yeah.
So the fact that I just wanted to mention this, the fact that you guys are all artists, right?
up?
I was seeing this because I love Lizzo. She's like one of my faves right now. But Lizzo, her song "Truth Hurts" is #1 on the billboards now, and she wrote that. I mean, she like released that song in 2017, and it just now in 2019 hit #1. And I think it's just. So I'm talking, you playing flip cup?
Nah, go. You look like a little child. So like, go.
Take my fucking cup. Yo, I got shit here, bro. Give me a shit.
I got shit here. Go.
Are
go.
y'all drunk? Get off the podcast.
Come on, bro.
Nah,
Go,
give me
go,
some.
Come on.
But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys the fact that I'm amongst all these musicians. Never stop, never give up. Keep working your ass off because even if they don't love you today,
Okay.
they might love you in 2
Going
years.
off of that, I hate when people say, "Yo, you got mad shit. Why don't you ever release nothing?" Like, I don't like that shit. I think that shit is so whack. Like, she had her song for what, 3 years?
She released it. It wasn't
released it, you
hidden.
fucking
She
dumbass.
released it in 2017.
Dummy.
It just now became big. Like it just now hit #1.
Ah, okay.
So
All
it's
right.
not the same.
Well,
what you're trying to say.
I say that to say that, yo, just because you make a song. Well, let me ask a question. Do you feel like once you make a song, do you have to just immediately put it out? Do you think
No.
that's the smartest way, or does it
No,
depend?
but you have to put out something.
That's true. You do have to put out
You
something.
have to put out something.
I
If
mean,
you
if
make
you make
30
all
a
these
year, you
songs-
should put out 5.
What's up?
I feel like if you make 30 songs a year, you should put out 5 to 10 of them. Because some of them might just not be there at the right time.
Phil, something. You should put out something.
Sometimes you don't have.
I feel like
Wait. Something. Like
They don't get what you're doing. They don't get what you're doing, by the way.
One thing.
They don't get what you're doing, by the way.
Sorry, they don't have to.
nobody
It's
gets
over
more
here.
tight about that than me. But as a consumer, I just feel like if you're a new artist, right? A new artist, I don't want anything from you until I have the stash. Like until I can go back and listen to a lot of your shit. So if you're just gonna, you have to have a plan behind your music. Like if you're just
I
gonna
agree
give
with
me
that.
3 songs and I don't know you, I probably won't check for you until you start giving out a lot of music.
But what if a new artist gives you too much music? at
That's
once?
also a thing,
like,
too.
is that a thing? Like,
I don't think that's a thing.
I think that's the thing.
No, that's
Too
true.
much music.
Yeah,
like
I think
Russ.
that's the thing.
Like we could use
think-
Russ as an example. Russ was releasing a lot of music. When
Lil
he
Wayne's the
popped-
perfect example for that.
Okay, well for me, Russ,
people
because
release
I
a lot
I
of
know
good
a lot about
songs.
Russ.
Like, yeah, Lil Wayne's a perfect example because he has shit that's like so fire that people don't know about because it was just he was releasing so
Too much. He
No, but
got
that's the thing.
point.
But that's the thing is he released so much, and there's fire people don't know about, which adds into the intrigue of him as a character.
And he's
as
a
an
legend.
artist,
But
as
a
an
lot
artist.
of
But
your
wait, I'm
music-
not finished. And then there's also a lot of fire that he did release that people do know about because he had to release something.
They do not get why you
Anyways.
keep looking at me.
Wait, now that we're on
Okay.
it, quick question: who's a better lyricist, Lil Wayne, Andre 3K, Eminem?
3 stacks. 3 stacks. 3 stacks. 3 stacks.
3
It's not
stacks.
even a question.
I know that's hard for me. I knew
Why'd you
that
put Weezy in
because
there?
I just
Why'd you put Weezy in
because
there? That's
Lil Wayne's
not
a
fair.
lyricist, and I literally just
That's
thought
not
about
fair,
it.
though. You can't put,
Nah,
you hit him. What the
Yo,
fuck?
Lil Wayne,
African.
son.
Lil
Yo,
Wayne.
Wayne is
put
the
Lil
most
Wayne over
creative.
I agree.
Nah, Andre is not better
not
than
gonna
Lil
lie.
Wayne.
I'm not
Andre
gonna lie.
is not better
Wait,
than
but I'm
Andre.
not gonna lie.
Soon, Lil Wayne over 3K and
Yup.
M?
Bro, his metaphor game is better.
Yup.
Period.
He's more creative.
His
Yeah.
metaphor game is
And
better.
that sounds
And
crazy.
he tries less hard.
His metaphor game
like,
is better.
He doesn't try as hard.
He doesn't try as hard to make it
agree.
abstract.
You know why
Crazy.
I can't give it to Wayne? Because Andre, till this day, any feature he gives us is Lil Wayne will go on Truffle Butter and say bullshit.
I thought that shit was
when
fire.
Lil Wayne
And
doesn't
like
fuck with a
to
record.
silence a butt.
Nah, he did.
That was the best verse.
No,
That was
but
the best verse.
but he did
Yeah,
not
the best
rap.
verse.
He killed that shit. What you
Lil
talking
Wayne
about?
does not care about a song. He literally does not rap. He goes on there, says shit, but he's like, and it's Wayne.
But there's plenty
Lil
3
Wayne,
stacks.
Andre
But,
has
like,
never
he
done
does that
No,
now
he
'cause he
doesn't.
can.
Every
But
verse
also,
Andre has given us
Andre,
a
One at a time, one at a time.
Andre isn't given as many verses as Wayne is. Like Andre's not. Wayne's giving us verses and verses and verses. Like at the end of the day, and he don't write nothing down. At the end of the day, of course you're gonna have that, but you can't break it down from the fact that Wayne's metaphors. I can put a track right now. His metaphor game is stupid.
6'7" is ridiculous.
Stupid.
Ridiculous.
Stupid. And Andre 3K, he tries a lot to be out of the box, which isn't bad. It
He
adds to
tries
his
a lot.
artistry.
That's
Not
who he
tries
is.
a lot, but that's
I
exactly.
don't even like rapping fast, but that's how the words come to me. Nigga, talk to me sideways, and that's your ass. Come on, that's Andre 3K. But keep going. Black.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just how we said it. That was a direct
But
rebuttal
exactly, but I'm
against you.
talking about like, but Wayne, like Andre has like music. There's no new Andre songs where I'm like, okay, I can play this in this. I can play this in the stew. I can play this when I'm by myself, and I can play this when I'm at a party. And I have Lil Wayne's music where I can play this at the stew. I can play this by myself, and I can play this at a party. And that's where I think Lil Wayne's, and it's all metaphor. Wayne's not a singer. He's not singing or nothing. He's rapping on every rappity rap. That's Wayne.
got a
And
lot of
his
records out with
bars,
singing, nigga.
Wayne bars are heavily slept on.
How to love.
See, but that song
But
was
that was
fire.
fire.
That shit
Black, what you
was
think? Who do you think?
crazy.
The 3 stacks is not even. It's
Not even.
not even a
So no one's
question.
gonna give it to Eminem.
No. That corny ass nigga.
Yo, Eminem
I'm
is
sorry, I'll
fucking
always
nice.
go to a
Eminem
black
is
person
elite,
before
though.
Eminem.
Eminem
You
is
said what
elite.
song?
Eminem was fucking nice.
He was.
He needed to stop
I
rapping.
don't know
He
what
should
the
have
heck
chilled.
happened.
He should have retired.
Shout
at a
out
certain
drugs.
point.
I really used to love Eminem.
I grew up
And
on. I grew up thinking he was the best rapper.
This is a better
Yeah,
conversation.
I thought he was the best rapper.
I never
I was like,
meant
there's
to
not
hurt
a
you.
better
I
rapper
remember
than
that song.
Eminem.
He killed it.
I used to
So
think
Eminem's
not a
He was
better
America's
rapper.
stale. He's
sweetheart.
done.
No.
He's done at
Can I
it.
throw something out there?
What?
Eminem is the best technical rapper.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Pen to paper, he will out
Yeah, I
rap
know what he
anybody.
says.
Now it might not hit for you because that might not be your
Nah,
style.
I think Wayne will beat him.
But
I
he
think
will-
Wayne will beat him in a battle.
To the T, Eminem. And I'm a fan of Lil Wayne. I'm talking like BMJR, fucking
Yeah.
Carter 1 type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eminem is the best technical rapper I've ever seen.
Bro, he just be rapping for rap's sake, and that's what I hate, bro. He just be
it's
rapping
so easy.
rap.
It looks like that, right?
He's like,
It's so easy.
like, what's
He's
the
just
message?
rapping, it comes
He's
out.
like, I took a stick and I put it in a brick, and then that brick went outside of his, and that his was like, I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Can y'all see Logic taking Eminem's place?
What?
Nope.
Get out of
No, I'm
here.
saying, like, do you feel like Logic is going in that direction or no?
What's wrong with
Nah.
you? You can rap like him in terms of sound.
Logic.
You heard that track with Logic?
Logic.
The Homicide record?
I feel like Logic's getting
Let's go
stale.
Homicide.
Logic is the corniest rapper I know right now.
You said corny?
Logic's
He's
nice.
one of the
You said-
corniest rappers I
Logic's
believe.
nice.
He's
Weird
so
because he's
corny.
nice, but he
He's
is
nice.
corny.
He's
Like,
so corny.
Tarantino tapes?
I thought that was hard.
Still corny.
thought
Yo,
those
just
Tarantino
because
joints
something's
is
fire
fire.
doesn't mean something
That
could be
was it.
fire and corny
I
at the
think
same
Logic
time.
got the craziest flow I've ever heard in my life.
He has
Logic
the best
has the
flow I've
what?
heard.
Craziest flow I've ever heard in my
Flow?
life.
Yeah.
Nah,
I think it's
I don't.
Wait,
flow.
Have y'all heard
in
of
your
Tech
life?
I think he's really good.
In your
Tech Nine
life?
is too good. No, I'm just saying in
Yeah,
general.
like-
Your life.
Your life.
I'm just saying in general. Like when it comes to rappers,
Your
I
25
really
years
don't
of
see.
existence?
Shut up. I really don't see niggas really taking on Logic like that. When it comes to
What?
flow. When it comes to flow.
Delivery is elite. It's elite.
I don't feel it. Just like Big Sean, I don't feel it. I just don't feel it.
I would still
Bitch,
put
I'm
Tech
correct.
9
I
over
just
Logic.
don't feel
And he's
it.
underground.
I don't feel it.
Listen to anything
I-
from Tarantino.
Nah, I tried. She don't like that shit.
I don't feel it.
shit,
Like
over
Logic in
I'm
terms
a
of flow.
very big feeler. Like
you say?
when I listen to
I'll
music,
put
I
Jit
gotta
over Logic.
feel you. Like not
Okay.
to say that I may
Okay.
not connect to your story,
Okay.
but I gotta like when you're rapping, I
Okay.
gotta feel like when you in the studio, you are
What else, Alex? What else?
like if I was a rapper, when I got into the booth, I'd talk to him.
Talk to him.
Like and Logic to me, I feel like he hops into the studio and it's like, let's get this track going, boys.
You know what? Logic sounds like
Big Sean, I feel like he gives Janae a kiss and walks in and
Logic
says,
sounds
let's get
like
going. Like,
Logic
no.
sounds like
No, I don't feel you. I don't feel you.
Logic
It's
sounds like
dope.
he learned to get his flow from like college. like he studied in college how to rap. Like he took a class on like how to rap. That's what it kind of sounds like to me sometimes.
For real.
And he aced the shit out that. He aced the shit out that class.
That Eminem
Yo, but
shit.
real quick,
So how
real
y'all
quick,
looking at me
though.
crazy when I
No,
say?
but real quick.
What's up?
Speaking of class though, and college. I think college is a scam, low key.
Yes.
Yeah.
College is
Facts,
a
no
complete
cap.
scam.
I think college is a
Depends on what you
scam.
going
It
for.
depends.
Or is it
It's
just
a scam no
or is
matter
it
what
just-
you're going for.
is
If
it
you're
just-
paying for it.
it's
You
a
should
scam.
not be paying for education.
Yo, bro.
Nah, man.
That shit's stupid. Like,
My nigga,
now, can I say my piece?
My nigga,
Hold on, let me say. Yo, relax. Let me say my piece.
Brady
You
just wanna
should
touch
not.
shade.
Hold on. Real quick, you should not be paying for education. That is stupid. That does not make sense. That's counterproductive.
It's an investment though.
pay for
They
everything.
say it's an investment.
You're gonna tell me that I'm gonna be in class all day teaching all these niggas for free?
You know
Yes.
why? Wait, can I tell you why?
No, the
Can I
government-
tell you why you have
no,
to?
the
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
The
I'll tell you.
government
Hold on,
pays
one
you
at
with
a
our
time,
tax dollars.
No, look, you gotta pay for education because if it was Trey, that'd be a waste of money. So niggas gotta pay for education because if it was Naga, he just wasted that 50K, nigga.
But don't you feel like if college was
He said,
free?
"Yo, fuck this class, nigga."
But I truly feel if college was
Fuck this
free,
shit, nigga.
so many more people would not go to college.
I disagree.
I feel like if college was free, a
disagree.
lot more people wouldn't go.
So what you
I
think?
disagree
What you
with
think,
that
Son?
wholeheartely.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
I feel what you're saying. Like we shouldn't pay for education, but I think we should. It's just that college is overpriced. Education.
100%.
Like there's
too much.
courses you could get online to learn like full subjects for way cheaper. Like it's crazy.
And
you know?
that's how I'm feeling about it.
Well, I mean, I think it's. I think it also. Well, you gonna say something?
Yeah, nah, that's how I'm feeling about it. Like, you should pay, for education, but like,
To a certain
Yo,
degree.
who's that dude with
education should not be a business. That's how I feel about
That's
it.
a
It should not be
separating the
business.
you watching
business
this
from the
commercial?
education.
Oh, yeah, you should be in school right now. I did it. You should do.
If you look at it, how someone said you shouldn't pay so much. If you technically look at it, look at these big schools that have all these sports that make how much money in one game day.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that bread could go to like paying
Helping
the teachers
tuition.
and this and that, so this way the price is lower.
Oh, those things are in essence that's supposed to be going through like building maintenance and like
Bro, you know
back
how
into
much
the
people go
athlete
to
and like things.
Alabama game in one
Yo,
day?
college
You making,
sports
like,
and that's a whole.
They
nother
make
bag of
that's a
worms.
whole other
I
conversation.
mean, me personally, I
They
went to
rob these niggas.
a private school where the football team was kind of So like
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, like, and I paid a lot, and it wasn't for so much like it was for the education and like having certain amenities that I have, like just certain things. And to be honest, like you're right, it's way too much. You shouldn't have to pay that much to get an education, but
and it should all be the same
like
price.
you said, you should pay something.
Like the hierarchy of college, like how like NYU is $70,000. Like I have friends that went to that school who can't even get a job over somebody who went to like
Facts, me
a
too.
state school. You know what I mean? And it's like, why are you $200,000 in debt while somebody went to a CUNY school and they don't even have to pay? They're literally not in debt at
That's
all,
the business.
and they could get a better job than
That's
you.
the business.
I'ma sell
Like
you that
it's
NYU
that, that's
name.
what I don't like.
yeah.
That
Sell you that name.
hierarchy, the pressure of it, like
But
all
also-
that
I also
ties
feel
into
like
just.
I feel like you also shouldn't go to school if to find what you want to do.
Yes.
I
But
think
a lot of
school,
people do
because
that.
that's
A
where
lot of
and
people
that's
do
where
that.
even me myself where I went wrong because I went to school kind of undecided, and that was the biggest waste of money in my entire life.
Biggest way. You should have took the year off,
I should have
figured
took
it
the
out,
year off,
then
figured it
went.
out, and
That's
then
not,
went.
especially when you coming from an immigrant family.
That's not the.
That's not a what?
Yo,
College. Hey, my mom.
break,
I want
right?
to say,
A break?
hey, break from months. Ha! Break from your studies. When?
You have not lived life yet to break nothing. You have not
And
lived
it's so crazy about
But yeah.
even my mindset, because I think about it. When I was going into my freshman year of college, I thought if you didn't go to college, you are a bum.
you
Bum,
diggity
nigga.
bum.
You're bum dumb.
Like to me, it was like
You're a bum dumb.
if you're not in college, like.
But can I be honest? I
And
knew
it's like
I knew I wasn't gonna go to
and
college.
my
though.
mindset, and it's just crazy how
That's good for you.
different when you're
I just
there.
knew I wasn't gonna
That's
go
good
though,
for you.
because
Yeah.
like the structure of how high school was and how I was, just how I was in school. And I know you're gonna say something smart, but how I was in school and like I just knew I wasn't gonna
But
do
Trey, I
college.
always tell you something.
Bro,
You have
'cause
something
there's-
that a lot of people wish they had. You knew exactly what you wanted from a very young age.
Facts.
There's people that leave high school and they're just
They
like,
know.
I'm gonna do this college thing because that's what everybody else
That's
is
what
doing.
everybody else- that's what
And,
that was me.
I get
was
some
me.
time away from the house. Fuck family. I get some
I see what
freedom.
you're saying.
You know,
Yeah,
let me just.
I will say that's the best part of college is
The freedom.
leaving home.
Yes.
That'll teach you
to an
more
extent.
than the classes.
The
To an
more-
extent, yeah. Because I know a lot of
'Cause
people that
college is
came
still
back
very-
fucked up
yeah,
on every
college
drug
is-
in the book, but like,
Fact.
you know, I feel personally the experience of leaving home and being on my own, that was like priceless.
And you
Yeah.
got to tax females without having anybody walking on you.
Got to.
Yo,
Nah, but college
You got
taught
to
you a
tax.
type of loneliness
able to
that
tax,
only college
dude.
could teach you. Like, college taught you things about yourself that I feel like some people need that experience, some people don't. But I feel like some people really woke up in college. Some people really realized things in college that, like, they woke up from that thing of just going with the flow of society and doing everything that people tell you to do. Because in college, you really realize, oh, this is some A grade bullshit. I don't need this shit. I'm more depressed here than I was in high school, and I thought high school was the worst. Like, well, I thought high school was bomb, but most people say high school
school was lit.
was a bad experience
High
for
school
that.
was lit.
Hated high school.
High
But
school was lit. Lit. That shit was lit.
Growing up in the era that we were though, like me personally, I dropped out of high school. Like,
Mhm.
but the reason why I did that was because of the way things were moving. So like, I'm seeing everybody go to college and then working at the store around the corner.
You saw that. You saw the end game.
You're
It just
lucky.
felt
lucky.
high school back in the, well, I don't know, I haven't been in high school in a minute now, but back when I was in high school, it just felt like it was a waste of colossal time. And it also felt like it didn't feel like a proper way for me to get knowledge.
But
like,
can I tell you though?
Wait, hold on, let me finish my point though.
All right, go
it
ahead.
just didn't feel like something where it's like, yo, I could go here and I could learn more about what I kind of wanted to do, learn more about certain things that I didn't know about. Like, I just felt like I was going there to hang out with people. And I was going there to get in trouble.
That's
like,
also an aspect of school, bro.
Character development,
School
yeah.
is more than just, and that's the thing people miss. High school is what
You're
I'm
right.
talking about. I'm not talking about college.
Character development.
High school is character development, individual development, social, how to talk
Even
to
getting
people,
bullied.
how to work with people. Getting bullied
Yes,
is important.
Those are important things,
Important
bro.
things. That
The
turns
world does
taught
not
you how to
fuck with
defend
you.
Not everyone is gonna like you
Yes,
all the time. Like how things
I
work.
agree.
What I got from high school, I couldn't tell you what I learned in school, in class, but I could tell you what I learned as a person, as things I saw, how to treat people, how to expect, how to get things that I wanted. Like
Bad
it's all
energy.
work, bad
Yep,
energy.
yep.
That's what it teaches you, because at the end of the day, I also don't think a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old should be held okay, you don't want to do school? Okay, you on your own go do that research. I don't trust them to go do that.
Yeah.
I don't trust a 16-year-old to not just go and play Xbox or just go hoop, like, or just go do some dumb nigga shit. And I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about as a unit. When you look at the whole entire age group, I don't trust the whole people to do the right thing.
I think
with
for
that.
me, high school was the time where I was everything but myself. College is the years where I found this is who you're not. Like, it kind of fucked with me. Like, this is not, you're not this person. You're not this person. This is who you are, but still, you don't know who you are. You know, you're still trying to figure it out. And if you're lucky, by the time you leave school, you know exactly who you are in this world and you execute it. Like, and if you're lucky, but how I want to raise my kids, when those motherfuckers go to high school, they know exactly who the fuck they are.
My kid's not going to high school.
I was thinking about that too. I think I might want to homeschool my kid, but I also want them to get character development.
I want my kid to go on a bus and get made fun of. And I want to see, I want to see what that little nigga gonna do, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna homeschool him, and then he's gonna go out into the world not having people training.
You know what I think
and
it
he's
is?
gonna get worked.
I think I'm gonna have them go to school until the 6th grade. Then I'm homeschooling them until
high school is where it's at.
High school is where it's at.
I got bullied a lot, and it helped me. Like, I had to fight. There are times I fought the same dude in summer camp 3 times. It's just how it happens. Like, there are times, and then it made me realize, okay, there's certain things I can take, certain things I'm not gonna take. How to deal with someone talking shit.
And even you, Trey, you know what high school did? It connects you a lot to your purpose without you even knowing. Like, in high school, I felt like looking back in hindsight, that's when I was really, like, a lot of the things I was involved in, a lot of, like, supporters I have till this day come from high school. You know what I mean? Niggas who knew me was in the hallways with me.
I feel that, honey. So do you feel like that is a good place for you? Because what it seems like y'all saying that's a good place for you to grow, but y'all don't feel like there's an alternative to high school?
But
y'all don't feel like
all your friends are in school?
I mean, there is, because Erica
You ever took a day off?
and Andre 3000, they homeschool their kids and their
but
kids
you
are
ever took a
lit.
day off from school? Nigga, you had nobody.
I never wanted to. I always wanted to go to school.
I was like, I'd rather be in school.
Because
I never wanted to be in school.
I got nobody to text because everyone in school don't got service. I have nobody to go chill with until 3 or 4 o'clock because everybody's in school.
You know why Trey was
Ain't
good?
nothing good on
Because he had the hooligans of fucking Soon and Zach who wasn't in school. So this nigga was like, why I go to school when I can hang out with these degenerates?
That's my nigga.
I think college, I think the main reason of college, and this is my personal opinion, is to go and make connections with other people that'll put you on with something on later.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something that you need to go there for.
Yeah.
If you're going for like social studies.
And that's
bullshit,
good that you said that because people also don't understand certain things. People want to be a doctor to work. You have to go to school. That's the route.
To get
Like,
your
you can
licenses.
flex college. Like,
you can
there's
flex
a way
college.
to do it.
Like, you can flex it. Like,
Phil, did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to 3 of them things.
he said college. I did all them shits, nigga. College. I did all them colleges, bro.
Honestly, you guys are right though. Fuck the classes, and that's not to say fuck the classes.
I learned a lot in class,
but I got more out of the people I met in college than I did out of the classes. 8:30 in the morning trying to do chemistry. Teacher speaking like this. Niggas have fallen asleep or just gotten up and walked back to my room and went to sleep.
College
But
taught
the
me
people
how
I've
to be
met,
high for 3 days.
I still speak
Facts.
to this day. Like, we're still friends to this day.
Facts.
And now we're all doing something that more or less connects. So it was more for the people.
And not to say, like, if you don't go to college, you still need to have a plan. Like, you need to have a plan. Like, you can't just say, oh, I'm a singer. You need to have, you still need to be educating yourself. You need to read because you can't educate yourself. You don't need school at all. Did you
guys get the most education though from school or on your own?
From school.
Nah, on my own.
On my
own.
The most education, and let me
from
say when I say from school,
everybody, like from people I've encountered.
A lot of the things that I've met, my friends have put me onto. A lot of knowledge I didn't have before. Even when it came to rapping, where did I meet you? In school. That's where I learned. When you say in school, like, I'm not saying that I learned something in school, but school helped me learn. Like, whether it was through the people I met, even some classes, like, where it's like, okay, you need to have some basis of history to know when something's off. Like, I was learning stuff to realize, well, all the historians I'm learning about white. It wasn't till I even learned about history before my brain even posed that question. That's the things that I'm talking about, where it's like, it helps you reach, like, it helps you learn outside of that. You can say, okay, this is a basis. This is what it taught me in school. Okay, bet your mind probably wasn't even on that frequency, and now it helps you go dig further.
To all the
Like, and things
youngins,
like
to
that.
anybody watching
Stay
this
in school,
podcast
nigga.
right
You
now,
know, high school, stay in that
school.
shit,
But
bro.
if you're
Man, fuck
struggling,
that shit,
if you're
man.
struggling
Fuck that
with
shit.
wanting to go to college, I just want you
that
to
shit.
sit with
It's not for
yourself,
everybody.
really figure out what your purpose is, and figure out what's the best way to get to the bag.
And know
the
that you
quickest
don't-
way.
know
And the
that you
quickest
don't
way to
need
get
And
to
ladies,
like-
the quickest way to get to the bag, if you know you good looking, you know that
Hold on,
every
fuck
place
all that.
got
No,
a
yo,
pole,
don't do
that.
Every place got a
Don't do that.
pole, yo.
Look,
do that.
all
King
I'm-
of diamonds.
This is what I'm saying.
They
This is
make
what
a
I'm saying.
salary.
Bro, you know
No,
what?
no,
You know
look,
what
those
wanted
girls
me?
make a
You know what?
salary.
Wait, real quick, just to say this real quick, and we're gonna wrap this up. You know what made me want to be a stripper?
What?
Being in college.
Broke as fuck.
Broke as fuck.
Yo,
I
like,
remember telling my roommate, like, yo, you want to go to Philly, put on some wigs, and get this fucking money? I'm tired of being broke.
Look, what I am personally saying is fuck school, but education is everything.
Yes,
That's all I'm
knowledge,
saying. That's
wisdom,
all I'm
and
saying.
remember, you can educate yourself outside of a class. I mean, the main education part is outside of a classroom.
Internet does it.
But yo, in
Yes,
school, but
and
also, yo,
books.
real quick, school
Books.
saves people's lives sometimes.
It does.
School
It
saves
does.
lives.
It does. It
People
does.
would rather be in school than be
Also,
home.
There are a lot of, for example, the program that I was doing, the after school program.
Yeah.
We need that program in Hempstead, Long Island, because from 3 to 6, that's prime time for niggas to get in trouble.
Yeah.
We need
Something, like,
we need something.
some,
We need
like-
people who look like me
Yeah.
to tell you, yo, stay out of trouble.
Are you talking about
Listen,
college? Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
I'm
get
talking
back
about-
into it. We're talking about school. We're talking about school in general. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a place for people to be.
Hey.
I think school should be destroyed and rebuilt with a
When
new
you
model.
say, oh yeah, with a new model.
Destroyed
I
and
agree.
rebuilt with a new model.
I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
okay.
I
Now,
agree with
does that come with? Do you mean that in a sense
We gotta
of
wrap
what
it up,
they're
guys.
learning or
Hold
how
on.
they're learning? Okay.
You say what? Say that.
Do you
again.
mean what they're learning or how they're learning?
Both. Definitely both.
Definitely both.
Definitely
Like
both.
why is most of the learning that we learn sitting in a classroom at a desk?
Man, fuck the quadratic equation. That's what I'm trying to
But
get.
that's
See
the
what I'm
thing,
saying?
though. But
nah,
like,
but I'm saying like G
not
shit
even.
though.
But that's
a lot of a lot of the things that we learning is sitting at a fucking desk.
A lot of
like,
the things I've learned, some of the craziest things I've learned was on a field trip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank
Like,
you.
That's a
For
fact.
real.
but that's what we can't do more of that as opposed to just
That
this.
shit
And then
costs
like you
money.
said, yeah, see, but
That
now we
costs
go into
money.
a whole different
See,
thing.
you're gonna
like,
you're gonna dish
niggas.
that out your pocket. What if you
Nah,
have
but-
somebody who doesn't have the bread, who doesn't have these
That's a whole
resources?
different
Now we got
conversation.
we
That's a whole
got
different
the
conversation.
next
Ah, yeah, that's a whole
the
different
next episode will definitely touch upon this again because it's a great conversation and I do want to hear more perspectives on different aspects of
And
this
yo, if you're in high
conversation.
school, nigga, yo, run that shit.
So Brady,
Run that bitch.
Brady,
Get your
talk about
education
your giveaway that you want to do.
Oh, yo, so here's the deal. All our beautiful listeners out
You
there,
guys clap.
all our beautiful watchers out there. Look, I could clap, I could do whatever I want, Phil. Let me rock. But anyways, hello, back to y'all. So we are giving away $20 cash, right? $20 cash.
We'll send it to your Cash
We'll
App,
send it to
Venmo,
Cash
Quick
App,
Pay,
Venmo,
Zelle,
Quick
whatever.
Pay,
Shit, if
Zelle.
you don't got none of that, we'll pull up on you. What's up?
We'll pull up on you
Unless
fast.
you live far, we not doing
Yeah,
it.
we
So
not doing that.
$20
Niggas
giveaway.
halfway.
$20 giveaway. That's how you do it. So you got to repost this episode either on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. You got to repost it.
Like,
you have to
comment.
like, comment,
Be a subscriber.
and be a subscriber. All those things. So I'm gonna say it again. You have to repost a video,
Oh, and
either
comment.
Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and you have to like or comment.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be a subscriber.
And
if
if
you're
you
not a
see Naga,
subscriber,
you got to get him some food too. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not the
Just
case. Don't give us homeless ass food. But if y'all like, comment, or subscribe, like or comment, and you have to subscribe, and you have to repost on either Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, even Twitter, whatever y'all want to do.
And we're gonna pick one winner, and you're gonna win $20. So
And then
free money.
Exactly.
to do
We'll reach
nothing.
out to you. You give us
To
your
do what you should be
information.
doing already.
Facts.
So you
Y'all-
get $20.
Hey, y'all get a quick dub piece. You know what I'm saying? Quick
Y'all wanna
dub.
celebrate,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, so I know a lot of albums drop, but I just want to shout out the ones I listen to. Rhapsody, Earth Gang, Sir, you guys are fire. Love you. Shout out to Rage Fit. They're coming out with a website. It's just
Word,
gonna have
shout out,
some
shout out,
great
shout out.
things on some health,
Shout
mental
out.
health, some great tips for fitness, and just motivational
Speaking
stuff.
of Alex, we gotta pull up on them one time.
Yeah, Rage Fit is doing a great thing for the community, so definitely check out for their website dropping soon. That's episode 12 of Past the Aux. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and please comment. Please turn on your notification buttons just so you know when we upload or when any of our content is coming out. And please comment because that helps us get on the YouTube like analytics page. Like you just see us more if you comment. So please comment.
And we appreciate
Stay in
it.
tune,
Damn,
and we appreciate and love, and we love to hear your
love.
feedback because it helps us, and we love to just hear you guys talk shit because it's funny, especially about this nigga. Who doesn't like talking shit about this nigga?
Wow.
Yes.
your
So
mother.
that's all right. I'm a curse curse him out after. All right. Episode 12, guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Who we closing out to?
Fuck 12.
We closing out. We closing out to Dotbox.
Dotbox. Shout out to Jiggy Lauren. Go check out Red Room.
Up that top.